The PlayStation 4's 2019 just got a little bit more busier in terms of new game releases, as we just had the announcement and revelation of 4 new sick PlayStation 4 titles, and all of these are coming out sometime in 2019. I want to highlight all of these games as they were kind of quietly announced, but man oh man, all of these games do look absolutely awesome. We've got a new horror game in Moods of Madness, we've got a game coming from Yacht Club Games, the same guys that brought you Shovel Knight, and they are bringing a sick side-scrolling action title in Cyber Shadow. The Half Genie returns with Shantae 5, and that'll be coming in 2019, and then the tactical RPG Divinity Fallen Heroes coming from Larian Studios will also be launching in 2019. Some major titles, and we're gonna highlight all of them, and I want to kick it off with a game that's going a little bit under the radar. It got announced yesterday for a Halloween 2019 release, the horror title in Moods of Madness. This game is giving me some pretty eerie vibes, and it looks to be a combination of a couple of titles, Doom, Dead Space. It just looks very eerie in presentation. There's already a website up, and I'll leave a link to that in the description box down below, but it highlights a lot of different information. It's out a mysterious signal has been recorded coming from the Red Planet. The message confounded Orochi scientists. Their analysts broke it down and determined it was of intelligent origin. Orochi management immediately concluded that the discovery was too sensitive for public knowledge and moved to keep it hidden. In secret, the corporation began construction of Invictus, a state-of-the-art Mars research outpost designed to identify the true nature of the message. You are Shane Newhart, a technician stationed at the Invictus, and your security clearance means you are completely unaware of the existence of the mysterious signal. Your job is simply to keep the lights on until the transport ship arrives, bringing with it a new team to take over your duties. Soon you discover, however, strange and unusual setbacks. The security system is on lockdown, the greenhouse is flooded, and there is a Martian dust leaking into the infirmary. Things are starting to fall apart. You begin seeing and hearing things that aren't out there. Visions, hallucinations, or is that even what it is? Is this real, or are you slowly descending into madness? The game is touting that you'll be able to experience true cosmic horror, and you'll be able to explore the darker side of Mars, navigate a functioning Mars base in a game that uses non-fiction elements to immerse players in a believable setting. Overcome obstacles using computers, electrical systems, rovers, solar panels, and more. Then go beyond the outpost and explore the darker side of Mars. Moods of Madness draws upon the rich lore and mythology of Funcom's Secret World Legends. Both games exist in the same thematic universe, but playing one is not a prerequisite to enjoy the other. With your only hope of rescue millions of miles away, you will be forced to explore the real-world fears of isolation and paranoia. Enhanced with supernatural elements and cosmic horror, terrifying visions and monstrous aberrations will make you question what is real and what is not, as the very fabric of reality threatens to tear at the seams. Again, I'll leave a link to the website in the description box down below. Everything that I just described was directly from there, and you can give them your email address and sign up for updates. So if the game does look of interest to you, maybe do that. And it is scheduled for a release on Halloween 2019. Seems to be a perfect game to play on Halloween day, so hopefully that release date sticks, because I think this is gonna resonate hard with a lot of gamers that day. Next up, we have the game that really captivated me the most, and that is the latest game from Yacht Club Games, the same guys that published Shovel Knight, and that is Cyber Shadow. Cyber Shadow is this slick, old-school side-scrolling action title. You play as a fierce ninja, and in Cyber Shadow, the world has been taken over by synthetic life forms. A desperate plea for help sets Shadow on a journey to uncover what started the path to perpetual ruin. Slash through the techno hordes, leap past traps, and nimbly navigate the ruins of Mecha City. Only you can unlock the secrets to your clan's ancient powers in Cyber Shadow, the quintessential ninja action game. Here's a rundown of the game's features, and again, we'll leave a link to the game's official site down below. But you'll be able to dash, slice, and leap through masterfully designed levels filled with sharply honed ninja platforming action, authentic 8-bit presentation with handcrafted sprites. I have to say that the visuals of this game look stunning, especially if you're familiar with old school titles like on the Nintendo Entertainment System. Man, this really harkens back to those games, but also modernizes it and makes it very engaging and captivating to a newcomer. It's out to detailed pixel aesthetic and perfect controls, modern touches like fluid animation, multi-layered parallax backgrounds, and evolved game design. You'll be able to take down more than a dozen apocalyptic bosses, from enormous war machines to your synthetic clan rivals. Live the authenticity of classic 8-bit challenge, or experience it for the first time with an added convenience or two. Rescue your clan to unlock permanent ninjutsu skills and abilities, combining them seamlessly as only the warrior of legend could. Search for secrets as you explore the ruined world, return to your old haunts to find supplies, items, and upgrades. And it does tout a strong narrative as well. Experience the gripping story told both in-game and through animated cinematic story scenes between the action. Who can be trusted? How far will Shadow go to protect his clan and the ones he loved? There's also a pulse-pounding soundtrack by Enrique Martin, produced by Jake Kaufman. We already got a trailer, we got some images, and man oh man, again, out of all of these games, this is the one that personally excites me the most. I know for some of you guys, you're gonna look at the visuals and maybe it's too old school of an aesthetic, but given the fact that I absolutely love this old school art style, I love what this game is going for, and again, it's coming from the same publishers of Shovel Knight. Alright, you got my interest pretty hard with Cyber Shadow. We don't have an official release date, but the trailer that the PlayStation channel put up does tout that it's coming very soon. So I don't know, maybe this game will be out as early as the summer, but it does look like it'll be out before 2019's and one to definitely keep your eyes on. Next up, we also quietly got the announcement of the latest game in the Shantae series, Shantae 5. This came directly from WayForward, and they put out a tweet saying, "Today we're thrilled to announce Shantae 5. You're invited to join Shantae in a brand new adventure later this year on PlayStation 4, Xbox One, Nintendo Switch, PC, and the newly announced Apple Arcade. Stay tuned for more details and learn about Apple Arcade at the link that they posted." Now, this is exciting in that it's the latest game in the Shantae franchise, and it's been out for a very long time, going back to 2002. There's actually a funny story with the release of the original Shantae. It came out in 2002, however, it was a Game Boy Color game, and that was really the wrongdoing for the game, and that kind of spelled its end, because by 2002, the Game Boy Advance had already been out for, I believe, a year, so nobody was really buying Game Boy Color games, and I think that was Shantae's biggest blunder, and unfortunately, commercially, it didn't do all too well, but from a critical reception, it did very well, and it developed a core following then, and then we had the release of Shantae Risky's Revenge in 2010, so 8 years later, and then the series kind of got back on track with Shantae and the Pirate's Curse in 2014 and Shantae Half Genie Hero in 2016, but now we have Shantae 5. It's coming to all platforms, including the PlayStation 4. We don't know much about it, but given Shantae's track record, I imagine that this will be a rather good game. And lastly, here's an announcement that kind of came out of left field. Larian Studios, the guys that brought us Divinity Original Sin 1 and 2, have announced a brand new Divinity game in Divinity Fallen Heroes, a new tactical game with RPG elements set in the universe of Divinity Original Sin 2. They did note that the game will be released in 2019, and here's the description of the game from the official website. Divinity Fallen Heroes is a new tactical game oozing with RPG elements set in the universe of critically acclaimed RPG Divinity Original Sin 2. Command the Lady Vengeance and lead its crew through over 60 handcrafted missions where your actions and choices define the story. Fallen Heroes marries rich tactical gameplay with RPG choices and consequences and introduces a wealth of new features and mechanics to the Divinity Original Sin 2 engine. Delve deeper than ever before into the rich fantasy world as you command your troops aboard the Lady Vengeance. Explore new lands and wield new weapons and skills. Build your squad and vanquish never before seen corners. Divinity Fallen Heroes features 2-player cooperative play as well as a single-player mode. With the fate of the races in your hand, it's up to you to lead the lizards, elves, dwarves, undead, demons, and humans. Recruit hero and veteran units and dispatch squads armed with both magic and steel. Each decision will have to be carefully weighed as your leadership will be tested and your choices will be judged. Key features to help recruit troops. Gunpowder comes to Divinity. Interactive elements bring a new twist to the tactics genre. Toy with elements such as oil, fire, ice, water, and poison. Joined also by the new Sulfurium element. And again, you'll be able to play in either single player or cooperative play with tactical combat featuring simultaneous turns. Now, if you watch the trailer, this game doesn't look to be as ambitious as Divinity Original Sin 2, but that's just me talking on the game based on a brief, 1 minute and 15-second announcement trailer. Given its Larian Studios and given the excellence of Divinity Original Sin 2 and more so Divinity Original Sin 2, I expect something pretty good out of Divinity Fallen Heroes. It actually wasn't confirmed for PlayStation 4, it was just listed as multiple platforms in 2019. Considering all of other Larian's titles have been released on the PlayStation 4, you have to conclude that this game is going to be released on the PS4 as well. It's a Divinity game, and again, piggybacking off the track record of Original Sin and Original Sin 2, I imagine that this game will be pretty good. And that's going to conclude this video. All of these games were kind of quietly announced, so they might have missed your radar a little bit. Moons of Madness is coming Halloween 2019, and I think that game is going to resonate really hard, especially on that day. Again, from a personal standpoint, Cyber Shadow has completely won me over. Yacht Club Games is bringing it to fruition. The guys that brought us Shovel Knight, it's the aesthetic style I love. Presentation is top notch. Gameplay looks solid. And it's only gonna be $14.99. Yeah, I'm excited for that one. Shantae 5 is also coming this year. And Larian Studios is bringing us Divinity Fallen Heroes. Definitely want to hear from you guys. Which of these games are you excited for? I imagine there's gonna be a lot of excitement for Moons of Madness. But again, Cyber Shadow is the one that I'm really eyeing. So sound off with all of your thoughts in the comment section down below. Thank you for watching and goodbye. Hey guys, we hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, make sure to hit the subscribe button, and if you're already subscribed, do us a favor and hit the bell icon. This way you'll be notified whenever we post a new video. That's the best way to keep up with all of our uploads, and we usually try to upload 2 videos a day. And with the bell icon hit, you'll be notified whenever we do upload a video. As always, thanks for watching.